Hello again everybody, welcome back to LilyLuLou. If it's your first time visiting, my name's Karen, I'm the Junk Journal Geek and I'm here today to work on the cover again of this black and white journal. I've sat down because I've got half an hour and I thought I'd try and make a topper for the cover, and I've pulled out all these bits and I thought, oh, I'll turn the camera on and make a little video while I'm doing it. So hopefully this will be a nice quick video, but you know what I'm like decorating, it could, you know, we could go off on a tangent and end up with something else. But anyway, I just thought I'd turn the camera on and spend some time with you all. So that was how far we got last time. So my idea is I want to make some sort of topper to stick on the top of this journal. So let's pop that to one side and see what I have pulled out. I think I'd quite like to use this, I suppose it's a little doily. This was from a pack of slow stitch bits and pieces I got from Betty and Ivy, I believe. I hope I'm remembering that correctly. I've had a few packs from Jill at Betty and Ivy, and I've got them sort of all muddled together now. So, and they're muddled up with my own fabrics and bits and pieces. So it may not be, but I think that's where it came from. And I thought I might use this. This is a file folder from the kit. I didn't say this is a design team project for Sani Creates, and I'm using her, is it shabby black and white or vintage black and white? Can't remember, it's something black and white kit, but I will leave the information in the box below. And I know I've got some other bits and pieces on here that I had in mind I would use, so I'm just having a rummage to see what I've got and what I want to use. I did think that I might make one of my button hearts. Have I got a heart base here to show you what I mean? I'm not sure if I've ever shown you these on camera before or not. But basically I take a button and then I just lay, now I take a heart, this is calico, take a heart and then just lay buttons all over it and stitch them on, and it's, you know, comes out pretty. Might do one of those. Don't know how much I think I'm going to get on here actually. Right, so if we had the file folder thing as the base, then we could have a button heart on top there. Obviously I'm not going to sit and stitch all these buttons on camera, but that's just sort of an idea of what I was talking about. My other idea that I thought I might do, you know these children I used for the window envelope tags, I thought I might pop one of those on the front. I don't want to use her because I used her on one of the tags. She's the same, and I used this little chap on the other tag, if I remember rightly. So I'd quite like to use a different child, and I think we can probably go with a big one. Just looking to see which would go better colour-wise. Let's cut out the big ones and audition them, shall we? Max is back, trying to get in on the action. Oh, she's quite cute, isn't she? I don't know if she's too pale though. So how are you all today? I hope you are all well. These little people are not from the kit, but I'll try and remember to link where they came from in the description below, because I can't remember off the top of my head. Now this chap has got too much colour in him, but he might work because he sort of blends in with the colours of the kit. And this little girl is absolutely gorgeous. She looks like a little dolly. Actually, she reminds me of my sister when my sister was little. And this little man in all his finery. And this chap looks like my grandson. Right, let's have a look and see which of these might work. Let's put them over there out the way and let's get crack-a-lacking. So, probably, if I have a person, I probably won't want the heart. But if I don't have a person, I think I'll have the heart. In which case I won't do it on camera, will I? So we could have her. Or him. I'm looking really, I mean, they are all very cute. I'm looking at the colours in this and in the fabric to see what was, because this is more of a grey and this is more cream, you know, like the, more like the sepia. I mean, they're all so beautiful, aren't they? So she's quite nice because she brings in the cream, I think. And he brings in the greys. I think it might be one of these two. So shall we chop them down a bit more? You're comfy there, Max. Max has squished himself. I'm going to cut these out a bit more, but I won't do a proper fussy cut until I've decided what I'm actually using. Max has squished himself under my chair and he is wedged between my chair, the leg of my desk, the box of Cricut stuff that I have under my desk and my craft box, which is always on the floor next to me because that's got my scissors, my glues and all those sorts of bits and pieces in it, so they're all to hand. So if he decides he needs to move in a hurry, the whole lot's going to go flying because he is really wedged himself in there. So if the earth starts moving, that's probably what's happened. But at least he's being quiet today. He's actually been quite quiet so far today. Not had much barking at all. So we have her. It's not a very nice day again today. I don't know what's happened to spring, but it's sprung off. It's very grey again. I don't think it's actually raining, but it looks cold and damp outside. And I'm cold today. The temperature's been quite mild, even though the weather's not been very nice. The temperature's been quite mild for the last few days here. But today, I've got a long sleeve t-shirt on and my fleece on top. And I am chilly. My hands are freezing. So let's get the rubbish out the way. So we've got this little lady, or this little gentleman. I like him, but I think I prefer the lady. So I think I'll go with her, and then I'll just need to decide whether I want to have something else on here or not, but I can decide that later. And do I want any more layers? Now I did think, because there was a clock there, there are some clocks in the kit. I did cut one out. Oh, there's a nice big button there. Right, we might do something with those buttons later. Look, more buttons. You can see I've been fiddling around with this, can't you? Where's my clock? There's my clock. So I thought that maybe could go under there. Could maybe have a bit of something under somewhere. Got some more lacy bits. Don't want to cover up my little tag there. That might be quite nice under there. It reminds me of my nan's petticoat under her dresses, and like at the bottom of her dress there. That might be quite nice. Snip that there. It needs to be flattened out a little bit. Don't know about this clock. This was another piece from Claire, that purple poppy. I'm just showing you the bits I've got on my desk, really, aren't I? Where I did have a little paper doily here, and that might look quite nice under that clock. What have I done with it? See, I was collecting all these bits. I've thrown them all onto my desk and now I can't find them. I wonder what happened to that then. Sorry about my arms flailing about under the camera. Well, that's very strange. I wonder where that went. It's definitely here. No, I don't like that. Don't know about this clock. Where would I have put my little bits of paper doily? And we've also got some words in this kit, so we could pop a word on as well. Oh, this is very strange. Definitely had that to hand. Is it here? These are all the bits I had out that I was showing you the other day that Claire sent me. Could have a, I think that's too white. Well, that's very strange. I wonder where that went. How peculiar. You know what will happen? As soon as I've done this, I'll find it, won't I? Right. First things first, I'm going to ink up the bit at the back, and I'm just wondering whether to fussy cut the little girl even further. Oh, I tell you what I haven't done on this, rounded the corners. I don't know whether to fussy cut her even further or whether to leave that little white border and just ink it up. If I ink it first, I can see, can't I, what it looks like, and then make a decision. That's probably a good idea, Karen. So this, as I say, this is from the kit. There are, I've forgotten how many pages of ephemera there are, but there's quite a lot. It's a very big kit. I did do a flip through in the first video for this. So you can go back and have a look. I can't remember if I counted how many pages of ephemera there were, but there's these clocks, this file folder, there's all sorts. So that could go there. Let's ink this. No, I think I do want to fussy cut her more. So sorry for watching me fussy cutting again. I feel mean covering up the lovely file folder with that doily, but that doily is really beautiful and I think it will look nice on the cover. So, and I can always print the file folder out again and use it in the journal if I want to. That's the beauty of DigiKits, isn't it? You can print the pages however many times you like, and you can manipulate them and make them different sizes, and so that you can use them in all different ways. I do love a DigiKit. I really wish I could learn how to make my own. Well, I know I can learn to make my own. I wish I had the time at the moment. Other things are taking priority at the moment, but I did say at the beginning of this year that this year I wanted to learn how to create DigiKits, and there was something else I wanted to learn to do as well, and I can't remember what that was now. But I've just not had time to get round to it so far. So you know what it's like. Could be a rollover. could be on next year's to-do list as well. It's because, you know, I know most people use Photoshop, and that's just too much for me. I make digital products, but I use Canva, and I don't think, I haven't tried, but I don't think Canva is comprehensive enough to do DigiKits. So I'm looking for an alternative to Photoshop that I could maybe practice on and learn what I'm doing. And I haven't found the right thing yet. You know, investigating all these things is another time-consuming job, isn't it? And while there are so many brilliant designers out there creating these fabulous kits, you know, do we need one more? Do we need Karen creating kits as well? We don't really, but it's just something I'd like to do. I'd like to learn to do. One day I'll get round to it. Right. I'm sorry if this is boring. You can always press fast forward. Actually, I would recommend playing any of my videos at 2 times the speed, because whenever I watch my videos back to check that they're okay, which I hate doing because I hate the sound of my own voice. I think most people do though, don't they? I can't bear how slow I seem to be. Must be so boring to listen to for you all. So I would always recommend playing my videos at twice the speed when you're watching them on YouTube. And it will save you time as well. Watch things in double speed, you can watch twice as many videos. Right, just inking her up. I say I haven't done a brilliant job with the fussy cutting, but because I'm inking the edges, it makes it a bit more forgiving, doesn't it? There we go. So she's on there like that. What do you think? And I'm going to have this little bit of petticoat coming out the bottom. And I'll probably trim that down a bit. And I've decided where everything's going. And then, do we want memories? I could make you watch me fiddle through all the other sayings as well. Actually, I wonder if there's one that says something like journal or... Oh, here we go, look, right in front of me. Journal. Should we have that one as it's going on the front? And that one could go on one of those tags, which is, I think, what I intended. Those window envelope tags I made, I was going to pop a word on those. And I think that's why that memories one is out. Because I was going to pop it on one of those tags. I haven't got round to it yet. So, oops, missed a bit. Trim this. Give it a touch of ink. And then I think I might stick all this together, and then I might stitch it all on the machine before I actually stick it down to the cover. How's that looking? What do you think? I'm fiddling. I don't like this gap here, but if I'm going to cut that down anyway, no, it does need to be. If I cut the petticoat down, you won't see that gap there anyway. Or is that an opportunity to add another layer of fluff? What do we think? What else have I got here? Oh look, got a little yo-yo. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. 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 I've got some, I don't know why I've got these bits in this little bag. I must have popped them in there for a reason. I don't know what it was. I'd have to cut that in half because it would be a waste to use all of it, because it's very wide. But that brings a bit of cream. No. Let's add that instead of that. If you don't like watching people faff, I'm afraid you're on the wrong channel, because I can faff for England. No, I like the contrast of the white of that one. So we stick with that. So I think I need to start sticking this all together now. So, oh, just bear with me a moment. Right, sorry about that. I'm back again. I just saw my daughter coming up to the front door. And even though it is my daughter, I knew Max would start barking, and I thought I would spare you that ordeal. So luckily I managed to get the camera turned off just in time before he started. So while I was seeing my daughter, she's been away for the evening, for the night at the spa, so just had a quick catch up, made a cup of tea and took everything off my desk. Looking for this doily, and I can't find it. I'm beginning to think I dreamt it. I definitely had a little paper doily on my desk and I can't find it now. Anywho, I went through the box again of things that Claire sent me because I knew she'd put some doilies in, and I found this. Unfortunately, it's already been made into a nice little cluster, which is a shame because I'm going to rip this off and use it behind my clock. We'll see if I can get it off without damaging it too much. I've already torn the doily a bit, but I mean, it is supposed to be an old... There we go. So I thought that could go behind there, over where this clock is. Actually, I think that's the back of the doily. I feel like... it's hard to tell. Yeah, so I thought I'd have that round there and have all this on here like I did before. So I'm going to start sticking that all down, and I will just pop some glue stick on everything to hold it in place. And then what I need to decide, and then I will, you know, trim it and decide if I want to stitch it or do anything else to it before I actually stick the whole thing down. So I've got to decide if that doily goes on top of this doily or if it goes that way. I think it goes that way. So I'm going to stick the little girl down first to get her in the middle. And then, because what I can do is once I've got everything sort of held in place with glue stick, I can go back in with art glitter glue or something and, you know, poke it in between and get it down more securely if necessary. So that's her on there like that. So again, I'm going to put a little bit of glue stick in the middle of the back of this doily, and I'm looking at it now and thinking, have I stuck that down back to front? Hard to tell yet again. And I'm going to pop that in the middle of my backing piece, roughly central. I mean, I'm hopeless, it's not going to be straight, is it? But so that's going to go there. Then I'm going to glue the clock face to the doily. So I just pop that in the middle there. I'm not worrying about that torn bit. You know, it's a junk journal. We're using bits of rubbish. And I'm just going to put some glue on the side here that I know is going to be stuck on the just want that there like that. And just, I need to have this closer to me. That is going to go about there, so I want this to come in a little bit more. And I'm trying to get it so that the clock is sort of, you know, where it should be. So then I'm going to put a little bit of glue along the bottom here and stick my petticoat to it. About there, and I'm going to trim this, I think, afterwards. Oh, hang on, and again, is that the right way around? Oh, I'm not even going to worry about it. And then I want these pieces just sort of poking out from behind. Just arranging these couple of back fabrics where I want them to be. Do I want this out a bit more? Just, I don't want that interfering with my little tabby bit. And then I've got to decide whether I want to stitch anything or not. I wonder if that would be better, that side and that on that side. Let's just have a try. Or if that would be better around that way. Faffing again. Not sure now. Maybe I only need a smaller piece of that. Right, maybe I need to just take the bottom of that off. Don't know, something is bothering me. Something's not right. Maybe I don't want these. Maybe I just want that. I should have pressed this, shouldn't I, before I stuck it down. Maybe I just want it like that. Is that what I want? I'm going to have my little word on here somewhere, aren't I? Yeah, maybe that's better. Maybe that's what the problem was. I definitely want that down there. So let's pop that on as well. And now I'm just thinking, do I want to stitch around the whole thing or not? And you know what, now that I'm looking at it all together, I don't think I do. So I'm just going to trim this, I think. Like so. In fact, I'm going to move the journal up a little bit. Let's trim off the petticoat. Like that. I'm still not certain I don't need something down there. What about some crochet trim? This is when I wish I was live so I could hear you all shouting at me. I might have a look at that. Would I want some down this side as well? Or is that too symmetrical then? Really don't know. Oh, I like that. crappy old bit of tea dyed stuff here. Is this really annoying, watching me do this? I'm sorry if it is. It's hard, isn't it? Also, when I'm not on camera, I will take a photo and then look at it from a distance to, you know, to look at all the different options, and then I decide which one I think looks best. But you can't do that when you're on camera, can you? So I might just go with that. Obviously, I'm going to chop this bit off at the bottom here. Don't need that. Okay, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue stick on each side again. See where we want that. And where do we want this? Actually, I'm going to snip half of that off because I don't need that much, and it is making it very bulky. So let's do that. Which way round did I have it? I think it was that way. Just so we have a little something coming out the edge there. And I think that's my journal cover. I didn't put any glue stick on here, did I? Just deciding if I wanted the number 1 key or the piece of fabric. I'm going to pop this back on lower down. And then I think we're there. So I will leave you in peace once I've got this where I want it. Oops, my fingers are sticky now. I should put this up a bit higher. I can't get that how I had it now when I liked it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to leave it there. You can see how the journal cover is going to look, but I'm going to leave it for probably this evening and decide whether I want anything stitched on here or not. And once I've decided, I would then just stick the whole thing down, probably with fabric glue, onto the cover. So that's how it's looking. I hope you like that. Let me know what you think. Would you have done anything differently? And thank you for joining me today. I'll see you again in a few days. In the meantime, take care, look after yourself, and enjoy your own crafty time. Bye-bye.